Alright, look like IGS it is. Alright, so this is probably the only game here we're gonna play tonight because of the lesson earlier. So going against a 6-time plus. So he's a little bit stronger than us. Yeah, if you want to play any type of opening you want, we can play off stream when I'm free, but no guarantee because I have no idea when I'm going to be free actually. But if we play here, he's going to press us. So I'm going to play here. It's one of the approach, right? You play here, he's going to press, and he has a nice approach. Maybe that's his whole idea of this stone here. I'm going to press him. Now if he cuts, then it's going to be a fight. So here. So up to here is kind of like Joseki, standard Joseki here. Play here, and then I connect the ladder. Wait, is that alive? If he plays here, it might not be alive. I play here. Actually, I should play here. Then come out like this, and then I can still be alive here. It's the best way to be alive. This one. He plays here. He's Atari. I play there. I think I'm gonna press one more so he doesn't get the press up. Try to run this out as much as possible first. Play here. Here. Play here, he plays here. And then I play here, he hanes. Play here. Right? Okay. I play there, I play here. Here. Okay. I think this lives. Just give him an eye in Sente, which is kind of annoying. But at this point, there's nothing we really can do. Maybe an opening like that is normal for maybe it's normal for 9x9. Maybe that's what you're used to. Oh, can he do this? I don't think he can. I think that's an overplay. Pretty sure that's an overplay. Then I have H18 and Sente. I play that, he has to play here to live. But I think he's in pretty big trouble here with this group. I think I'll just poke through and threaten this. Are you in the OSR Discord? No, I'm not part of the Discord. I think I'm just gonna push through here. Then I'm gonna play this one. I just have to get liberties and then I play that. Here and then here. All right, what is your what was your crap? Your OGS name? Pretty sure I can do this. Connect here. Yeah, ranking on OGS kind of sucks. Okay. Let's see what idea he has here. No idea, whatever. He's just dead. And then the corner's still not alive either. Okay, so I guess he's trying to build a wall, maybe attack this stone. It's fine, I'm just gonna target that way. Just don't want him to develop anything too massive. Connect here. Okay, I think I'm gonna play this one, go to the corner. It's pretty big. I play here, plays there, I play there. He plays that, I can't connect. If I play here, he plays there, I connect. I have 2 liberties there. He plays that, I play that. He covers 1, I can't do anything there. But if I play here first, no, actually if I play here, he plays there. I connect. No, it plays here. Play there. I play here. There. If I just play here. No, that doesn't work either. I think I have to play here first. Nah. Can't do it. Play that. Okay, you save your stone. That's great for you. Play here. fine. I don't really care for that corner. He does need a lot more moves to kill it. Now I don't have to worry so much for my group here. It's gonna make base, so it makes that move look pretty bad. Make a base over here. We do have this nice attachment here. The 3/3 is still open on his corner also. Over here. I'm gonna play this one. Like I have 50 points already. The top is 10, so I have 60-ish, and he has like nowhere close to that. If he gets all of the bottom left, it's maybe like 40 points. I'm playing here works, right? Or here first. Play here. If he plays that, then we get out. If he doesn't, let's say he has to play here, we connect here. Now we can connect underneath. I'm gonna take the 3/3, I think. Then I want this, and then so I can Atari in, right? I might have played a Gote move there. That would have been bad. Okay, but he didn't really play anything great. And that one, he can't really cut. This way he'll just get squeezed. And then after that, he's not alive in here. It's kind of silly that he invested all these moves in here, where I can just come in, right? He would just have to block here. I think I'm gonna cut. His life and death is not great. Right here, you push through, I play that. And connect. Connect, okay. Alright. Then I play here, 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 here. I have a lot of options actually. This works. that. Incente. Two, four, five. If we have more than five. Right here. Six. Need seven. Question is, should I sacrifice that? Play here. Play here, I have six. Six gonna win, I play here, he plays there. Take, no, take this not gonna win. Here. Here. He plays here, he plays there. Here. Here. I think I can play here. Then I play here. He plays here, I play here. And it's 2, 4, 5 versus 4. If he plays here, I just play here. Then this. At least it's a pretty badass game. It is a pretty badass game. Like, when he died, it was not clear that it was game over yet. Then if I die there, then he'd probably win the game. But it looks like there's nothing more he can do here. Because we have 5 lives and he has 4. And there's no way for him to gain like an extra. So it's just resign from here, I think. Hey, Peyton with the raid. How was your stream, sir? Okay, he finally resigned. That went like 5 rounds. If that was an MMA fight, that would have been 5 rounds. Infinity raid. I guess since that was the last game, I'm gonna review it. Since it's a pretty high level game too. So I'm gonna open it up in Game Archive. So we did beat a 7 Don yesterday, and then we beat a 6+ today. Not bad. That was a really intense game, I have to be honest. And I think I'm gonna have to prepare for that type of game from now on at this level, because like your opponent's not just gonna give up even though they lose a big group. Like they'll find a way to make the game kind of even again. So here, this is just a standard Joseki here. This pattern is actually pretty classic. So here in this shape, black can live pretty easy. Like here, but black always has a nice another move. Like let's say you want to sacrifice that. This move is always Sente. White needs to play this to be alive. If he doesn't play it, it dies, right? So if blacks get this Hane after that, it dies. So that move is pretty big. That's why like this is Joseki, even though this bottom area here looks really good for white. Black does get a nice follow-up here, and then like maybe play like something like that to develop the top. So it's kind of equal at the bottom here. So that's always in black's choices of move or follow-up, I want to say, once he gets Sente and come back. Now this pushes Sente, right? White needed to do this, but if white do this, then I'm gonna get a nice run out move here, and then black is pretty fairly safe and chasing after this string here. So I guess white didn't want to do that, but then again he played this, which led to this double Hane, which is very possible for black because this group is not alive. So I think F8 was kind of like an overplay. not kind of like, it is an overplay because of this sequence. And after this, all white can do is really find a ko here. If I didn't want to play the ko, I could have just played this. But then, like, I didn't like this because it's really hard for black to shadow the this shape. I can play here, but white has a lot of poking move, and it's like not worth it to me to get that shape, so I didn't want to play that. So I just went for the ko. So it's usually fine. If you're gonna lose something, this group is kind of like getting pressed anyway. If we lose this to a ko and we get compensation somewhere else, I'm okay with it. So here, and there's not a lot of ko left on the board anyway. So there's one ko there, and then we answer. I think he could have answered here, and then we take. Well, I guess now he doesn't have a threat, does he? Maybe here. If we do that, is that pretty even? I don't know. Hard to say. But yeah, so he didn't answer the ko. He just took, and don't ever try to connect here like that and give him this back. So we gotta push through. And here, I think he should have sacrificed these stones and play here instead. Or maybe not even here, but maybe here. So I can't press. You guys see the difference, right? If you play here, black has a nice press here, kind of poke into your territory and separate those stones. But if you play here instead, which also cut 2 cuts, this press is kind of harder to attack. Kind of harder to attack. It does the same thing, but there's no Atari. And so black can't just poke in, right? Kind of isolate the stones. But here, he chose to save these stones for some reason, and then so now I get this move in Sente that's like really nice. He's kind of have to answer it, but he doesn't. Like, he's supposed to back off, and but then like I think if he backs off, he'll get attacked, right? So he doesn't want to do that. But then still, he has power to attack these stones. Those stones are not like super weak, but they're not super strong either. But playing here, that's really bad because the corner is dead if I play here, right? So right now, I just have to get enough liberty. Alright, Peyton, have a good night, and thanks for the host. After this push, this is pretty painful for white. Getting net in like this. Like, I guess he didn't calculate this part. Like, you're trying to make a group here to chase this group, but as my group grows towards the center, this group grows weak, right? And here, maybe he thinks I'm going to do that again, and then he comes back and do that. But the problem is, black has counters. Always have counters. Dons always have counter. So we counter to threat this cutoff, and then now we can play this knight move because of this stone here. This free stone that black play here, now the cut is possible. So if you play like here, it's not gonna work, right? If you play here, still not gonna work, right? If you play here, like that, and you try to poke through, because of this stone here, this here is a double Atari, but white doesn't have time to come back and play this. Because he's gonna have to defend this first. So let's say if he takes here, black will Atari first before connecting here, right? So this is the shape still. So he had to connect here. But after connect here, black can fix all the weakness in black shape with this. Because now, if white, let's say white, try to cut this stone off from this group, black can just connect here and get a lot of liberties to kill this. But I did wonder though, if white has enough space to live inside at this point. So let's see, we kind of went out of sequence, so we go back here. So he went, no, not that way. He went here, we went here, push through. He Atari first, and then I extend. So it's the same thing. Essentially, it's the same thing. Then he connects. I connect. He tried to poke through here, but I think he should have done this. And then that's alive. He could have done that. So, judging from this guy's life and death, he died like twice. I don't know. His life and death skills seem kind of weak to be a 6-dan plus, to be honest. Because I know it's weak because my skill is weak. Like, I'm still doing like 3-dan plus Sumigo. So, I know my levels where I can work on my weakness there, right? But the thing is, his seems like it's even weaker because this one's alive pretty easy. But then I guess he doesn't want to do that because of this. So he's gonna have to make 2 eyes like that, but then like this still kind of dies. But still, it's better than this group dying. So I have no idea. So he played here, and then you know the Atari's coming up. Then this poke in, he just doesn't have enough liberties here. Right? So this is just straight up dead. And then here, to be safe, I should have played here, right? But then he gets this nice move. You don't ever want to be super passive. Just because you caught a nice group doesn't mean you can back off and be less aggressive. Because this corner is actually pretty big too. So you just kind of have to play, kind of like keep on playing the game. Because it's never over till it's over. And then after that, I moved to kill the top, but it's kind of premature because the problem is this Aji here, right? So here, actually, when he played this, I should have played this. Because he's threatened this group, but then I'm going to capture this group first. And what this move does is it removes the Aji of this top group so he can't play this move and try to force his way out like during the game that he did, right? So he played this move, now I can block. Now I can do whatever because he's only 1 liberties away from death, so I can kind of do whatever I want here. So in hindsight, this response was bad. When he played here and I play here, that's bad because it lets this group go. Because if both of these groups are dead, pretty much it's game over. So letting one group go for these stones are not great. But then like it does help solidify this. But then again, this is dead, so this is not really in danger. So that's the reason why he was able to run out. So let's say if he did that. So I'll show you guys why I didn't play this because of this. Right? Now I can't approach here because it's self-Atari. If I try to push out, all he's going to do is like do that. And there's no way. I guess I can make a Seki. Oh. I told you my life and death is bad. You can make a Seki. Well, what if he doesn't throw in? What if you just do this? Can you still make a Seki? Nope. Right? Because if you try to make a Seki here, we just poke through here. And then you're just dead. That's why you can't do it. If I just do this, if I just press down, if I do that, I can't do that either because it would do that. Then after that, he does that, and then you're kind of short liberties here still. So we had to let that go. That's the reason why I let it go, because you had to. So here, after playing this, and he pushed out, I had to play this, and then he comes in, cut, can't really cut because of the Aji. So, which cut are you talking about? Here, if I play that, that's not good either because of that, and then still can't approach that with no eye. So it's just like it was just very forcing of him. So he played here, he plays there, I just connect. In the earlier variation earlier with M18 stone, M18, black has 2 cut and 3 lips. M18, there was a variation with M18. Here, like that. Okay, play that. Cut here. No, it doesn't work. Cut doesn't work. Cut and you die. You have to be really sensitive here. You can't approach this, so he's kind of like in Seki right now, he's kind of invincible. And if you do something like that, he'll just do this. But you cut the top first. Cut the top first. You mean here? Block here. You played this one? You play that one, I play this. Then maybe you try to cut here. But he'll just play that. And then I guess you can play here. Then he'll play that. No, doesn't work. That does not work. The cut doesn't work. So yeah, so here, the sequence was actually not bad to read out. So that's why I just play here. Then he plays that. It's still a forcing move. I have to do that. Then he did that. And I capture. And then he did this. Which is not great. But at this point, he's trying to catch up. So he's going to have a lot of overplaying to do. So I just simply live in the corner. Use the Aji there. And the reason why I play this is because he has to respawn because of this Atari, right? And then connect up. So he's respawn here. The thing about this stone is, if you play here, that's a false eye. That is a false eye later on. So he has one eye here. And if this eye can be falsified, then this group is not alive yet. So it could be attacked. So that's why you want to play the slide first. The slide also let you prevent white from sliding into your side here to poke out your eye. Let's say the combination is later on, nope. Let's say later on, white plays this, right? Then you have a follow-up to live. You have a really nice follow-up to live. So that stone is prepping for future stuff, right? Now, if you try to clamp here, we'll just play that, and then we'll play it in here. And then we're still alive, right? So it's pretty much make a Miai of life for black, just a stronger shape. And then we also jump out because, not just to defend my shape, but this knight move is always available to threaten the cut, and if he protects, we have a nice wall here, and then remember, this is not alive yet. So we can always threaten it. And then here, he approach here. So if we just back off and let him develop, this side is really large. Like at this point, even though this is like 50 points, black has like 50 more here and like 10 up here, right? So like maybe 75. White has a good old 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50. About 55 just right here. So you can't just play passive just because you got a kill, right? So that's why here it makes sense to pinch. Because even if this stone is getting cover, the 4/4 stone is actually really versatile. It can live. Even, let's say, okay, we play that and play that. This is still alive. This corner is still alive. So very hard to kill. So here, I'm just going to ignore it. And then Atari here to prevent this development. And then he let me have a Ponoki. Once I get this, these stones are pretty safe. The best he can do is like this one or this one, right? And then you can still just like connect up to your center. It's pretty safe. It looks small, but it makes a world of difference when you're trying to save 2 stones. But instead he plays here, which is ambitious because of all the weakness, and then black just happily takes shapes here and, you know, be alive in corner and poke it out. And then here, he actually should play here. That's how you render the corner dead. So you actually need 4 stones to make the corner dead. But even here, it might not be dead yet. That's how strong the 4/4 stone is. So, but he played here, which is kind of weird. So now I get attachment, and then I have a nice sequence here, right? So the reason why he played this is because once I attach that, let's say he play that, I have a move here that he has to protect against. If he does this, then we can kind of cut through. He has to take that, and then now we can just connect through. Even with that, but without that, it's even more powerful. Let's say white plays something else. I don't know. Let's say he play here. Now this is really powerful because the cut through, he's kind of have to protect that. I'll do that. Then if he Atari, I'll just take Atari that way and we'll trade. A really solid shape here. Kinda push over here. So here black just wins like this. So that's why he played the top attachment here. At least I think. So he played this to kind of prevent that, right? So kind of help these stones out a little bit. But then he didn't see this counter. This push here. He really should play here maybe. Because if I play that, he can just trade. It's actually a really good result for white. So I think he could have played that. That's playable. And if I just do that, then he can just connect up. But then the corner is kind of like pretty big for white not to get. So, because remember he invested like 3-4 moves here. If black get a nice result like that, that's really inefficient use of stones. Those 4 stones. I think this move might be bad. He probably should have thought about it a little bit more and maybe play this. This looks really solid. Hard for black to find. I guess like that will live. But then now some development here. I don't know if it's at 50, but I think that's a lot better result than what happened in the game with this move. So he played that instead. Oh, and here we can also still trade. If he blocks here, play that. He plays this. I will cut. Then he does that, and I'll do that. Same thing as before. Maybe connecting here is better. But so he did this instead, but then I pushed through. Connect, and then just connect underneath, right? So if you push here, we'll just do that. It'll be a ko, but it'll be a flower viewing ko, right? So we'll fight for this ko as long as we think we can win. If we run out of threats, we'll just Atari from the bottom, and something like that. Probably here is better. Yeah, so that's why he didn't continue there. you got confused. He just accepted that I was connected, and he played here instead. But weird. That's a better move. Right? This seems a bit passive. Especially when you're behind. And then here, I'm just probing in his corner, wasting code thread. That actually was a bad move here. I think I should have played here. He has to block here. Then here. Then he plays here. 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 That's probably a lot better endgame, right? Plays here. Reduce this corner down a lot. But this was kind of sad misread here. I thought he would like Atari and then I do that. Not so much. He just extended down and everything was safe and all Aji was gone. Then I play a very poor move of Gote, Death and Gote here. And he got this nice move. Now, if we look at this move here, that looks funny. He should have played here. And then now, of all this exchange here, he can just jump. But the thing about these moves is they're very not efficient because black is so thick here. I can enter at anywhere at this point. So it's going to be hard for him to seal this in. Impossible, actually. And then I cut. Threaten to cut. Remember, this group's still alive, so we're going to attack it. Get some strong shape, and then come back here, right? That's the strategy. He tried to counter, but it doesn't work, right? If he goes like this, we'll just do that. If he goes like that, we'll just do that. And if he goes like here, we'll just do that. And at this point, he's kind of having to push through. And then he can't play that, because I'll just Atari him to the side. So he has to take, then we squeeze. And then now, he's kind of in trouble. Maybe not even here. Maybe here first. Plays here. I play here. Connect here. I jump. He can't really get out. Right? I mean, maybe he can play a code here, but this code is pretty large. So I don't think any threat would matter at this point. So if he plays here, I'll just Atari this way. Connect, and then I connect. He can't really go out that way either, so. And eventually he has to come back here and connect, so. And then after that, he just dies. He just dies right there. So that didn't work. So he read that it didn't work, so he gave up, and he went back here. Which is ultra greedy, because this cut is always Sente. But here, now that he invested 3 moves, I jump right in here and kind of neutralize all these 3 move investment here. Then I cut. Really, he needs to do that. Actually, not even that. He can't do that. We have to do this first. Then I do that. Then he can come back and do that. So now he's alive. But I get Sente back, and then once I get Sente back, this might not become much. And so here, he has about 25 here. I have 50 here. Then he has, so you would have to get another 25 here. So that would equals 50, and then he has 10 and 10. So, and I have, if I play here first, I have about 15 to 20 bottom, and then 10 up here. So he's still losing anyway. But yeah, he decided not to do that, and just play this move here, which is really big for his side. But then again, he didn't see this, and then he thought the counter would work. I thought the clamp would kind of work too, but I read that it didn't, because after this, he has to go back and fix his shape, right? Then I get that. That's a false eye, and then I Atari this way and it works. But to be honest, it was kind of scary. Because after he ran out here, I did not have enough liberties to kill this. This thing has about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 liberties. So this thing can only get 6. So it got kind of scary actually. Atari, really? I don't think he should have connect. He should have done this, I think. Right? Because even if I come out, he's very limited and he only has 3 space here. I think that's a better way of doing it. But instead he connected and then he let me do a Hane. Which he should have done this to remove I think this would have done it. Here, no, I can't do that first. Maybe not. Because if he does that, I will do that. And then he's still dead. Maybe it doesn't work. Or maybe if he does that, then he'll do that. Now, I can't get 8, I don't think. Even with this. I think we'll just do that. Maybe. Kind of complicated. Really hard to say what your opponent's going to do. Because they don't always play the best move. But after that, the Hane, and then he poke here. And then here, I think he should have just... I mean, this seems natural. The only thing is I get that. He does that. I do that. Connect. Maybe he... this. Then if I connect, he can do that. But here, I'm getting 8 already libs. So I can play it here. If he plays that, I can do this. And then 2, 4, 7. Then if I drop down this way like that. Yeah, I'm gonna get more than 8, I think. So get here. Let's just do that. Okay, so let's see the race. So he has actually a lot. That's connect. Wait, no. Here, here, here. By 1. See, he had a lot of liberties. So I needed... How many did I have? It's hard to read the life and death when it gets out that outrageous. So here I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I actually needed 9, not 8. So even if I calculated 8, I would have lost the race. I need to get stronger at life and death. I feel like that will boost me pretty high. Here. But good enough to win against this guy. Connect. So that was a mistake, because now I can play this. And if he play this, and I play that, he can't play this. Because now I can play this. No, I need to play this first. No, I can't play that. Right, so he can just... I play that, I play this, that. He plays this, I play that.